Hi, friends. This is Pastor Harley from the Broadway Church. It's holiday weekend, Monday before the 4th of July. You've probably got it off. Probably going to eat some good food. Well, there are chapters in Leviticus about clean and unclean foods. Let's see what this one says. Verse 13, it says, "And these you shall detest among the birds. They shall not be eaten. They are detestable. The eagle, the bearded vulture, the black vulture, and the kite, the falcon of any kind, every raven of any kind." Well, the Levitical law said not to eat the birds of prey. That's actually extremely good ecologically. And not eating vultures is probably good for your digestion. They're not a food bird like our chickens and geese and so forth. But what else is being taught here? First off, something that they were to remember through the centuries. There is a right and a wrong, a clean and an unclean. Teach the difference. Not that anything attaches to you if you have a vulture barbecue, except perhaps, again, a very sick stomach. But you are to remember that God set boundaries on our life, and we live within those boundaries. And when we live within those boundaries, there's joy. But also the restrictions on what the Israelites might eat and not eat, boiled down to generally, you can eat what can be offered at God's altar. In other words, there's a holiness about God's people that applies even to what they eat. What is sacred to God is also fit for the people to eat. You actually didn't make sacrifices of vultures and ravens on God's altar, partly because of the spectacle and how that would look. It was to be, a sacrifice brought in a sense of dignity and joy, not for spectacle like watch all these vultures burn on the altar. I know that this is a lot to grasp. Maybe you're to carry into one little talk on a morning. But do understand what was to be offered on God's altar was food for his people, because they were God's people, as we are his people. What comes out of our life and what goes into our hearts should be fitting to be presented to God. No secrets from him. So be blessed and don't eat any vultures today.